I see what he loves about you. You're so perfect.
There's nothing I have put my mind to do that I have failed at.
Hope you know that you
Fashion has never been something I thought I would do for money, you know.
got everything.
I send my apologies in advance to Miss Vicky James. I am aware that your brand is elegant, classy, and quality. Quality is something that might lack in this video, but what I can't do in visuals, I'll make it up to you with words. Is that good? Okay, sharp. Hey y'all, my name is Albertina and this is Albertina's Ace. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment. There are a lot of stories that are told of grass to grace. I for one love to listen as much as I love retelling them. So when this bride broke the internet, I was curious, inspired, awed by her fashionable wedding. As a fashion girl myself, in the midst of me saying, wow, girl, oh my days, I found myself diving into the person, the face, the talent, the fashion designer that is Victoria James. Like I said before, Victoria alias Vicky James' background isn't as similar as her fashion line. A hustler herself, her story will not only motivate you to shoot for the stars, but also a testimony of what it means to break generation curse and believe in yourself, dreams, and the Almighty God. A gospel singer herself, her wedding was the epitome of the bride of the decade. I mean, what can this girl do creative wise? If you're still wondering who is Vicky James, don't worry, I got you. I'll give you all the gists, shall we? Victoria James alias Vicky James was born on June 26, 1996 in Ajengule, Lagos, Nigeria. She was mostly raised by her mom after her father passed on when she was only 5 years old, leaving her and her two siblings fatherless, poor, and in Ajengule, which in Yoruba language means a place where riches dwells. I mean the irony. AG City is also known as one of the toughest and most dangerous slums in Lagos, yet here is the habitat that bred a star. Vicky James attributes her strong principles from her widowed mother, Esther James, who single-handedly gave her life in raising her children. Being the only girl in the family and was close to her mother, she fell in love with her determination, her faith, but mostly her craft, and naturally started knitting at age 7.
I've always known God's plan for my life, was to be this girl. I've been like a hustler since like primary school. Get with your name. I'm not sure say any handwork for this world. My dad died before I was 5. I grew up in Ajegmole, and Ajegmole is not a place where you raise a child. When I was growing up,
Vicky as a teen never saw fashion as a passion. She saw tailoring as a poor person's job and wanted nothing to do with poverty. Instead, she would pursue medicine. It was, after all, a more promising career. But fashion came naturally to her, helping many of her friends in high school sew clothes for free. Of course, closer she was with her mom, she must have hung around her and her many staff to know the inner workings of tailoring.
I didn't think I was going to be doing fashion as, like for a lifetime. It was something that I would do to make money or to earn a living. Because my mom was a tailor and I learned sewing from my mom. And my mom was like a tailor. And when I tell you a tailor, she was good. She was really talented at what she does, but she did not make so much money from tailoring, and that's why I felt like, oh, this is a poor man's job, and I cannot do it, you know. So I loved sewing, I loved designing things. I used to design things for myself and other people, like my friends, for free. But I knew as a then that I was never going to go into this, to make money for, like, this will be what I will be doing. This will be like my career that I want to pursue,
Soon, Vicky had to join the University of UAR to pursue her long-loved medical career, beginning with biochemistry, something that became challenging down the line. As she narrates,
at the end of my 4th year, I was doing my project. I had like some carryovers left, so they say I need to say like another year to finish. Someone advised me to go and meet the lecturers, to talk to them, see how I could write all those things again. And most of them literally told me that if I like, I do it again. If I don't sleep with them, this, that, I'm going to stay in this school for years. It was just one day I just went on and I'm like, this is it. Like, I just left. I didn't even put down any official things I want to suspend, I want to defer, nothing. That's how I just left school.
Getting the degree proved more challenging for Vicky James, plus coming from a Christian background, compromising for it wasn't an option. She opted to go back home to Ajengule, and since her side business, makeup artistry, was paying off well anyways, why not?
It was when I came back to Lagos and I was going to continue with makeup and hairstyling because that's what I was doing in school, and I was making good money.
Making dough.
I was making money. And when I came back, a lot of my friends and family, people that I know, were already into makeup. Is either the person is already into makeup or their sister is into makeup.
Until she realized that the market was saturated and tailoring, a thing she undermined as not worthy, would be the cornerstone that would build her a palace.
Did you think it?
You see, I have always known that I was going to be the one that would take my family out of where we were.
Okay.
I have always known that.
Yeah.
I'm that promised child. Okay.
Man, I love the way there's some confidence that Vicky speaks with.
I call it confidence, actually.
Yeah.
There's just something about me. I stand out anywhere I go.
Okay.
My mom says it all the time, My mom waited for 5 years to have me.
Yeah.
And how did she have me was like a prophecy. And she was told that this is the girl that would change everything.
Oh, wow.
And I did not doubt myself one bit. I knew that I just needed to keep pushing. I just needed to keep pushing. So, yeah. This is me.
So here was Vicky James. On one hand, she could do her makeup gig that she was so good at, but everyone else and their mama was doing it, or as the multi-talented babe that she was, she could believe in her tailoring skills and make the best out of that situation. She chose the latter. As fate would have it and as her faith would have it, Instagram was now popping and her design steadily became the talk of town. Steadily. The words on everyone's lips was, who is Vicky James? Like, girl, who is Vicky James? Vicky James dressed Toke Makinwa, the Toke Makinwa. Vicky James was on the red carpet. Vicky James wins Africa Fashion Designer of 2020 Year Award. Who is Vicky James? Not only in Lagos, but also abroad. I remember on Instagram seeing this Jackie in a dress, Jackie. At that point, I didn't know that it was a design by Vicky James, and I was gagged. Now that I know when she was wearing Vicky James' dress. Again, who is Vicky James? As her name was expanding abroad, she was also expanding in Lagos. She needed more space, more hands, more designs, but Lagos won't have it easy on our girl.
I just left school. I started my fashion business in my mom's parlor in Ajegunle. The reason I was running away from it was because I felt like money no did work.
Yes.
Because I say my mother they make and we see they suffer. Now for my time, 9 people constant to the note say
Nigerian designers
money day for this business. Do you understand? Because
being great at something can come with a lot of hate. As she said, if Jesus Christ himself, the Son of God, was persecuted, how much more you? Vicky James dropped her designs prices and set the internet on a frenzy. 1 million naira for a dress. How? That's like 100k of our Kenyan shillings, like $1,000. You do the maths. To the average Nigerian, that price must have hit some nerve. But as Vicky James put it, her designs were worth it. Plus the time it took to create, plus the process of even calling in the Holy Spirit, plus those who could afford it did pay, and plus, she opened the door for small tailoring businesses, and or designs to be appreciated for what they bring to the table. Fashion aside, Vicky James' brand grew big enough that she could focus on another of her talents, music. She started her music career as a gospel singer with songs including Olupeja, which means defender.
after fashion, there's another talent I have that I'm pursuing currently. after fashion, I have a talent in music. Yes, I haven't been singing for years and it's really affected me. But recently, I've started working on my voice because I intend to take my music, my voice talent to the next level. So if you follow me on Instagram, you would have been seeing my classes with my voice coach. You would already have an idea that it's either Vicky wants to drop fashion and go into music, or she wants to leave this Obioma work and just vamos and just become one.
Before we get to the wedding that broke the internet, let's talk about this small girl from Ajengule with small faith, bagging award after award. She won Fashion Design of the Year from Sugar Awards 2021, La Mode Awards 2021, and Hakonomi Awards 2022. Bridal Fashion Design of the Year, La Mode 2020, and Wedding Dress Brand of the Year, Sugar Awards 2022, among others that I have not included in this list because you go get bored. It's no surprise that she broke the internet in it. To first experience the wedding of the year, we have to start at the beginning, or the beginning that we are at least aware of. At this point, Vicky James is an acclaimed fashion designer with multiple awards in her bag. She held so much respect from the fashion industry, but this comes also with intimidation, especially from men. As she narrates, a lot of men felt slightly intimidated with her accomplishments, but to take the Femi Atere, alias Mr. Tidy, a Nigerian businessman and senior corporate analyst, warm her heart and her hand in marriage. According to Vicky James, Femi was respectful enough to say celibate before marriage, among respect and other traits that are aligned with her Christian background. So on 10th June 2023, Femi Atere proposed to Vicky James in an intimate setting, of course, initiating curiosity and anticipation for the bride, who made gowns of other brides, how much more her own. Alas, after a season of waiting and humorous behind the scenes of her wedding, Vicky would begin showcasing the journey of making her beautiful wedding gowns, beginning with the bridal shower. Now, I don't know if she made that herself, if anyone is asking, but she made most of her gowns herself, so it will be no surprise there. As extravagant as she was in her designs, she was praised for having detailed, and I quote, simple looks for her wedding. To me, that is simple, child. Anyways, as an African, matter of fact as Nigerian, the extravagant that is a wedding with three faces, traditional, civil, and white wedding. Hers was adorned by celebrities like girl, as the internet cousins felt Vicky James was doing too much with her wedding. Fashion awards for best dressed, singing with a choir of 200 on her day and telling them to kneel. I don't know why that is a problem to this day. I don't understand. The wedding train, what? At this point, let me roll the clips. If I tell you by mouth, you might say that I'm exaggerating. And while that happens, make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Comment, was that wedding too much? Are you inspired by Vicky James? Do you know Vicky James? As for me and my house, adios. Yo, roll the clips.